Doing walk and talk again. We're kind of picking up from, I sort of left off before, but further down the street. Trying to pay attention to where I'm going. I'll flip my. I got a comment from Brosim wondering if I have image stabilization. I probably do, but you gotta remember I'm not technologically savvy. Very hot day out. We're out here. I just got done with a medicine check appointment. Pardon me. Allergy cough. This area over here belongs to the, I gotta say, Amplify Health now, resident staff. So nurses and doctor residents live. Okay, this building here, May the 22nd, 2013, an F2 tornado came through this area and tore off the top of this apartment complex building, all the way to the top, jumped and sent a rafter into the side of that building. And I'll show you real quick what we're talking about. I remember that day very, very clearly. It was just something off about that day. Like, it was quiet. The dew points were hovering around 78 all day. Very unsettling. This is the apartment building I'm talking about. The top, like the right up there in the middle, was completely sheared off. Just completely gone. Or massive rebuilding complex. Project, sorry. I'm not fully awake yet. There's a car on this one too. And a green island. Boy, this is a steamer out here today. I'm wearing black. Wonderful, huh? One of two. Well, this whole area just used to be open field. Now they've put in these pickleball and tennis courts. But, yeah, the top of this apartment complex was sheared off by the tornado May 22nd, 2013. It also sheared off the top of this ice arena, which is a hockey type place used for curling. Sheared off the top of the building, part of it. Just to give you an idea how close the tornado was to me, I have to turn at this point. Like, you can't see very well through the fencing, but the top of that building was punched. That building straight ahead and one over was how far away the tornado hit from me. And I'm standing a block away. And I can tell you, I got the first alert, and it was across the river. They said, okay, the city of La Crosse is under a tornado warning. I came downstairs to the lower level in the stairwell, and Next thing I heard was this gushing, and then people were going down the stairwell, joining us in the lower level hallway and to the one side. And I heard like the suction decompression noise that you would hear when you open the doors to places, like whoosh, and trembling and sucking sound. It was a horrid sound. It sheared trees, snapped trees off down here. Like, see that tree right there? It came and, like, you can even see today, to this very day, how it smacked those trees and spun them around like toys. F2 tornado. I don't know. I wish there was a sidewalk because I feel more safer. This street is extremely busy. This is a trail that goes around Green Island Ice Arena. Well, let's go take a look over there. I'm planning to see how those trees are out there. That's still tornado damage from 2013. I'm serious. And it ripped off a hole in that building. It like came down, punched a hole section, peeled back like it was a can opener, right off the thing. That's the overpass bridge trail to the other side. If I can feel this onset of something right now. Because I can get back there right now. It's weeded out so bad. And there's always a question of, these are cottonwoods. Pretty sure. Look at this tree here is dead. But they spun, see like that tree over there that spun that whole top branch off of these trees, snapped them like they weren't even there. Here's a cut in for something. I gotta find the cut in for this. I mean, the city keeps it back through here. Of course, you can't go anywhere without this trail keeps going around. There's even a bench and a boat dock. I think that's private though. That's new because I've never been down here in probably forever. I get bad anxiety. Of course, then I step in a hole. Down in a hole. Okay, I'm not going to subject you to my awful singing. Right there is the main channel of the Mississippi River, designated the sloughs and back sloughs. Where we're standing is an area called Muddy Flats. It's basically fill all the way back up. It was sand and fill all the way back up that way. It was a project, I guess. Okay, there's a spot right over here I'm going to stand in because I'm going to relay. My grandma passed away in September of 2008. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, this is the spot. 3 days later, I came down to this very spot, to the river, because she liked fishing. And I took one of her flowers from her grave. And, sorry, And I laid it in the river. And what happened next was unexplainable. People viewing this might laugh. I don't care. What happened was unexplainable. I laid the flowers in the river and I said, Grandma, these flowers are for you. I know you like fishing. And right then I got this overwhelming sense of peace, like no other, and something opened. The only way I can describe it was light. I could feel it. And it came through my body, a light, like, and I could hear this impression in my mind saying, the time for my grieving is over. I'm in a better place, and no more than I turn around to this side of me, I turn around. Excuse me. All right. I turn around, and what I felt and I saw was a young woman with black hair. Grandma was restored to her former self, young. And the strangest thing is there was a picture of her at her funeral of the exact same thing. And I'm like flabbergasted. What just happened? And she was adorned in this white robe, from top down, long white robe. And she said, it's time that I am at peace. And stepped back, and it ended, and I stepped back and I went home, and I remembered her to the day. Sorry about that, folks. Whew. I'm gonna need a second. I mean, there's gonna be those people who are gonna make fun of me, but I don't care. Wow. How can, after all this time, that hit me that hard? Anyway, back to more good news. There's flowers here in abundance, which makes me feel good. I think grandmother would have loved this. Look at that butterfly over there. Monarch. Surrounded by pollinating bees. Ooh, nice milkweed. Amadinus. Some invasive milfoil here, mixed in with Kentucky bluegrass. Hi there, buddy. There's a dragonfly. See him? He's greeting. Oh, good. It's public. Green Island Fishing Pier. This is new. Basically this channel runs up past Heilemann Brewery. The slough goes back away. That right there is the main channel, the Mississippi River. Designated Pool 9 all the way up. Basically, the Army Corps of Engineers is responsible for dredging operations in the main channel and off, constructing and maintaining wind dams throughout the whole Mississippi River, Upper River Wildlife Management Area. You hear the cicadas. Look at the dragonflies. They're absolutely in love today about this Like it's August, the days of August. The dog days, the dog star, Sirius is out. And we've got people fishing out on the pier down by the boat landing. So that's a back slough. This property over that way belongs to the city of La Crosse. Their maintenance. Like I said, this is Green Island Ice Arena. During the winter, it's a hockey arena and curling arena. I have never been there. I don't know how many seats are there. I'm gonna stick to the trail because the last time I stepped in that hole, and I'm afraid to break my whole leg off getting a shoot video. That's how close I am to the river. It was a matter of, like, I started from my place to my appointment down here. It was very quick. Ooh, excuse me. I'll show you where Denny lived. Denny is an old guy that we knew, friends with my mom. Always told us about his mother's salvaging needs. Oh, she's got a fridge that she found. Oh, by the way, there's a stove. Oh, by the way, there might be a water heater on. He's a good guy. I don't know what happened to him. I don't see him anymore. His mother passed away, though. She was a very isolated lady. Kept to herself a lot. She had one of those funny names. Was it Dodie? I don't think that was her real name. I think her real name was Dorothy. We got some of those. See a floodplain that came in. See the water over here. I don't think you can, but seeing it floods back here, then that's how really they kind of pan off. There's some more milkweed. Nice little maple that somebody planted. I don't know what those are, but pretty, aren't they? Look at this. Sand crane. Blue heron, sorry. My identification of birds. It was a sand crane. Big old fella. I got that tickle cough like no tomorrow. There's a spot. It goes down, people fish here. I apologize, I just can't keep that right in my throat. Too bad I can't edit that out, huh? The wind's kicking it. Pretty sure that's fresh. Or not fresh. Whatever water milfoil that meat. Oh no. Wild carrot, or is that asparagus? It's tumbleweed. You want to see what tumbleweed looks like when it's just planted? This is it. It's an invasive bush. Sorry for that. Basically, it'll come out by the roots in a clump when it's dry and start rolling by the wind. But that's how it gets a seeding population, because once it settles in an area, it stops. The seeds are deposited, and then you have more tumbleweed. This trail goes up this way, but that tree there, for example, is another tree that got sheared. There was a great big round tree that was here. I'm sorry, city folks, or water. We'll stick as close to the side of the road as we can. Nice healthy walnut. There is a big oak tree back here. It snapped, and basically there was a little house with a small garage right here. This is new. This little tiny house was Denny's. I don't know if he still lives here. I'm not knocking on the guy's door. Anyway, his house was back this way a little more, and it snapped and took his whole entire side of his house right off. And what's amazing is that Denny was not there. He was at his mom's, which is down here. He says, no, I was down there. He came back to see that. It's basically his house was gone. Basically, like, well, he lived in these apartments up here for a little while till they built that house for him. Yeah, it's probably go as far as this down here, maybe. For rent. Reliant. A house? I forgot which one of these ones they did own. I think both of them. I think Reliant. It does a few back here. Alright. We're almost there. Dun dun dun. Holy mother of pearl handles. They did the whole siding. Did they? I don't want to get in trouble, but as long as I don't go there and stand. Holy buckets. Wow. Whoa, the bullpen's gone. This is my mom's house back in the day. My mom lived here for several years at this very house over that way. I'll go around the corner here. This is Mom's. I lived there for a while when she'd be up in Ferryville and stop here and do her salvage with Ginny. Wow, they transformed the front yard to a fire pit, and the house right in front of me, the camera's where Mom was. It's lower, as you can tell. That's why I had to get out, because I was afraid one day I'd be living basically in a swimming pool. Basically, I'll even do this. That's where I lived for 13 years. Wedgewood Commons. There's Mom's front deck. They redid the deck, they redid the siding, they did the garage. Garage has memories to me. Used to be in there taking apart motors. Mom's like, oh, you don't have to do that. And I says, well, I'm bored. I'm gonna help you guys out in paying rent and doing yard work, doing snow. I'm going to, help out. Well, like this way, on that day the tornado hit, came across up that way. Of course, spinning, picking up, spinning. Hit the top of the, punched, came down, smacked the top of that apartment building off. This is a lot. I used to park my car there. I used to call that the breakdown lot. The guy was pretty decent about if you parked there and your car wasn't working. I told him, I was like, I'll get it out of there. He said, all right, but you know, you got to make sure that it is out. I don't think there's a way through anymore. I don't think they'd say anything. I can always... Oh man, they redid the siding on this one. All these ones have new siding. This siding was not here. The damage from the tornado to these buildings that I lived in was mainly soffit and primarily they did the banisters, the balconies, they did the siding. There is a way through now. I lived in this building here on the 3rd floor. Through right there. I lived right there. They even got a better box now. Wow. That's cool. Like that balcony right there is where I lived. That balcony where that chair is, that's me. For 13 years. I lived in that little box of an apartment. Mom's like, well, come over and rent the house as long as you need to. And I was there for 9 months. And then I ended up at Arrowhead, which is way, and I'm not going there today. Alright, kind of right where, back where we started. These are like 3-bedroom units. The big, I call them the big ones, the big fancy ones. I remember this guy yelling at me from out his window one time. It's right here. He meant well. I knew him. He's awesome. That's Gunderson parking. Okay, so that's designated this walk and talk today. I'm gonna do something special for a special viewer today. Be in the chat. Be nice. Doing something special for you. Please don't block me. All my other viewers. I like to have a good personality and bring light and laughter to everybody once in a blue moon. And this would be nice. If you're watching, this is for you. This is the city of Three Rivers, convergence of the Three Rivers. Joke, real quick one. What did the fish say when it ran into a wall in the middle of the river? Damn. There. Ba-doom-tsh. No, not good. Oh. Oof. That's a little, yeah. No, duh, yeah. No respect. No respect at all. I tell you, I took my dog to the vet this morning. He said to me, "Why did you bring somebody else with you?" And he said, "Who?" I'm not going to finish that joke. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. Oh man, Rodney. Rodney. Shoot. As you can see, we have a transportation system across MTU. That's Luke. Luke, I am not. You are my father. Luke. Book it. High step it. That's what I used to do when I go to the bus stop. High step the. Now I have a heart attack. I'm right here by emergency. Why are you coming in, sir? I'm just having cardiac arrest. You are? Uh-oh. See all that? Legacy Wing Hospital. I know, I'm sorry. Presidents. I rattle them off. Yep. You know who? B. Look at. Yeah. I'm getting water here. Cheers. Hey, brother. And we gotta watch the traffic in here because they don't necessarily want what to do. Turn clearing. Larry the Cable Guy. I do a very decent Larry the Cable Guy for you, B. Ready? Well, everybody, welcome to SA here in the stream right here. You know, out here in Wisconsin, for God's sakes, the land of cheese and beer and brats, get it done. Hanging out over here, right next to the river. I had to put 2 floats on right here just to get back down there. I fear when I walked into this town, there are too many bars. You know how many bars this place got? Man, I tell you what, 54 bars. Can you believe that? 54 bars. How in the world you have 54 bars in the city? Literally, you walk down into one of these off streets and there's a bar right in the corner. Just stop in for a drink, keep on right on going. Right there. And like Tom Mater. Right there. There's Larry K, the cable guy. There you go, B. There was one other guy I was going to do, and I'm thinking I better not because people are angry right now about I can do Obama for you. Try my Obama. I had a Bill. See, I got Bill there. Bill. How you doing, Bill? William Jefferson, Slick Willie Clinton. How you doing, guys? Look, I'm in Wisconsin. It's blue blood couldn't be. I promise I didn't do it. Alright, Bill. Get out of here. Get, Bill, get. Coming up to stop that. There's George W. You know, you need hospitals and stuff like that. Right? I know, these are terrible. The stoplight. I promise I'm done torturing you, B, and viewers. I promise. 30, we're going on 35 minutes. They say you get 30 minutes of exercise a day. I get more than that. These guys are going to go before me. Could have gone down to the crosswalk. Oof. Yeah, because this, when they dug the foundation for the hotel there, they had to have a archaeological team come in and dig out the Native American artifacts. They found numerous Native American arrowheads, semis, two turning, three back, two turning, and a bike. Yellow, 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 yellow. Come on, light. Yep, here we go. Clearing. Let him go for the bicycle. 30 seconds across. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I apologize, my throat. That's not really professional video technique. I'm not gonna choke to death either. Here comes the bus. Here comes the bus. It's confusing. One. Huh. Well, anyway, that's our walk and talk for today. I want to thank my viewers for subscribing to my channel. Drop a thumbs up or a comment. And you know, if it's rude about anything, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You just, you're okay. Bro Sim, hey, what to do? Thank you for watching the other video. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna film that. I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you for participating in my video. Thank you for stopping by.